at a town hall meeting, someone will ask a question he doesn't like, and he'll deflect it with humor, but it's always humor like, I'm glad you asked that question, you little jerk. That's John McCain. That's the picture of John McCain that I have. I met him once, and that was the picture I took away with me then.
Right, well...
He's a snarky man, is what he is.
Don't know. I mean, the temper tantrums that I've talked about, the fact that his name when he was in high school was McNasty.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nasty little vicious man, and we'll try to attribute it to his time captivity in Vietnam, and I'm not a psychologist, and so I don't know that I'm a professional that can tell you whether that made him worse or not, but I can tell you from what I looked at, again, he was being called McNasty when he was in high school. He was a vicious guy, so he was that way before he went away to Vietnam. He just is a very small-minded, nasty guy. He has been his whole life. He can't stand to be challenged on anything. He makes jokes like that, as you just pointed out. And remember, that, of course, is when Chelsea Clinton, that was when the Clintons were in the White House.
That's right.
So it was when Chelsea Clinton was a teenager who had been thrust into the public eye.
And she should be completely off limits.
Of course she should.
Of that kind of humor.
Right.
I mean, and of course the other one, which I won't talk about here, about one thing that he said to his wife.
Yes.
Which is, at least I don't put on makeup like a trollop, when she said something about his hair. But he didn't just say trollop, he then called her a very, very, very ugly word.
I say a word that rhymes with runt.
Yeah, a word that, yeah.
That's what I tend to say, because...
Now where was that? Was that completely in private, or were there people around?
No, there are people around. That's one of those stories that I was telling you about earlier that could have been reported and it wasn't. And I went on a trip out to Arizona when I was researching the book back a year ago. And around a year ago, June, I met with a number of reporters, and I got the exact same story from 3 different reporters down to the smallest details. We had witnessed this on a bus with McCain when he was traveling around for his Senate re-election in 1992, and that convinced me that I had to tell this story because it was obvious that it had happened. There were numerous sources. He'd done this in front of all men and spoken this way to his wife, who was simply making a joke with him at the time, playing with his hair, and made a comment about how he was thinning up.
Thinning on top, yeah.
Many of us have heard from our wives and laugh off.
Right.
Little joke, and he chose to respond with just an explosion, his face reddening and the whole thing.
Yeah, he's a very, very nasty man. He's a very arrogant man. I know he does this humble bit all the time,